can I just take this moment to thank each and every one of you amazing supporters. This channel has grown into an amazing community of story lovers. I could not have done it without you guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please be part of this journey and help us reach new heights. I never put too much thought into who views my Snapchat story. I post random pics and videos of my everyday life that I don't care if people see. Most views come from friends from school or camp. But last week, I started noticing one username popping up first on every story view, kitty_lover1000. At first, I figured it was just some random person who added me from quick add. But then I realized I didn't recognize the name at all. None of my friends or followers. I checked my contacts and recents. No kitty_lover. Strange. I even asked around, but no one else knew them. I considered just deleting this mystery viewer, but my stories didn't have anything too personal, so I wasn't worried. Probably just some bored person quick adding people to follow. Forgot about it after a few days. Until I posted a silly selfie with my friends at the movie theater with no location tag. An hour later, a notification pops up. Kitty_lover1000 took a screenshot. Okay. Random but not alarming. People screenshot my stuff sometimes if it's funny. But when I opened Snapchat later that night, my blood ran cold. A new chat notification from kitty_lover1000. Holding my breath, I opened it. A photo of me taken that exact same night through the movie theater glass doors as I walked to my car. I recognized my new denim jacket and pink backpack in the glare of the street lamp. And a message, I see you. What the hell? My hands started shaking in disbelief. Who was this person? How long had they been spying on me and taking secret photos? I racked my brain trying to think if I'd noticed anyone suspicious following me around or lurking outside the theater, but I hadn't seen anything out of the ordinary. I zoomed in on the pic, scurrying for any identifiable details of the lurker behind the glass. But all I could see was a dark, shadowy figure, almost invisible, blending into the night outside. They must have been hiding there watching me for who knows how long, waiting to snap that through the doors. The thought made my skin crawl. I immediately blocked kitty_lover1000. But over the next few days, other mysterious screenshots kept appearing. That Saturday morning selfie at the coffee shop on Main Street that I'd stopped at on a whim. A dressing room mirror outfit pic from Forever 21 in the mall later that afternoon. I knew I hadn't posted either location. So how this creep found me there too. By Wednesday, when another notification came of someone screenshotting my study session in the far back corner of the library, I was thoroughly freaked out. That meant this unseen stalker had followed me to 3 different spots all over town in less than a week. They were clearly tracking my movements, spying on me, and taking sneaky pictures without me having any idea until I was notified later. My heart pounded with fear, imagining where else kitty_lover might be lurking nearby without my knowledge, camera silently snapping away. I constantly glanced over my shoulder everywhere I went, wary of every face in my vicinity. But I never noticed anyone who looked familiar or out of place. They were like an invisible phantom, always watching from the shadows. Always followed by eerie snaps from kitty_lover1000 with similar hidden vantage points, and the same message, I see you. Once even timestamped during class when I knew I hadn't posted anything. Were they following me in real time, documenting my every move? I was thoroughly freaked out, but unsure what to do. I started scrutinizing everyone around me for clues to who might be behind that account, side-eyeing every notification, jumping at shadows behind me, having trouble eating or sleeping with nerves on edge. I knew I should tell someone, but felt paranoid they'd think I was crazy. It all came to a head yesterday after another normal afternoon at home doing laundry and binging Netflix. Later that night, I posted a selfie of my fresh manicure, sparkles on point. Silly pic just for fun. An hour after I'd gone to bed, my phone buzzed with a new snap. From you-know-who, I peered nervously out from under my blankets before tapping the notification. It was a photo of me, asleep in the glow of my pink fairy lights. Zoomed in tight on my face, but unmistakably my room. The angle even showed my manicured hand curled under my cheek, and the familiar taunting caption, "I see you." I lost it. Screaming, I leaped out of bed to slam shut my curtains, gasping and whirling around looking for any sign of an intruder. Who was doing this? How did they get access to literally watch me sleeping in my own room? Were they here right now? I burst out of my house in tears, running down the street barefoot to bang on my friend's door until her dad opened up. Probably thought I was crazy based on whatever garbled explanation I choked out. But they let me inside to calm down and borrow their phone to finally call the police, heart still hammering with panic. As the cops searched around outside my creepily dark house, I unloaded the whole bizarre stalking saga to a sympathetic officer. I unlocked my phone to show him the latest horrifying snap and shaking. But when I opened Snapchat, nothing. No new chat alert. I frantically scrolled through my camera roll, but the picture of me sleeping was gone, like it never existed. The officer patiently suggested it could be some elaborate prank my friends trying to scare me. But I knew what I saw. Whoever this kitty person is knows what I'm doing every hour, day or night. Watching me constantly from who knows where, and vanishing without explanation or a trace, until their next message that only I ever seem to see. I might never sleep soundly again. My own house doesn't feel safe and I can't stand being alone, imagining those unseen eyes always following me. But one thing's for sure, I won't be posting on Snapchat again anytime soon. I was feeling the Saturday night vibes after pre-gaming with my girls. The club was lit, dance floor packed, totally my scene. I snapped a bunch of videos of us looking fire in our outfits, laughing and tossing back drinks. Just capturing the fun night out, you know. I posted it all to my Snapchat story without thinking twice. Woke up the next morning a bit hungover, but still reminiscing on an awesome time. Sleepily scrolled through people's reactions to my stories. The Queen. Comments from my besties, some flamed emojis from random guys in my class, my cousin hyping how good I looked. Typical post-party hype. Then I noticed an unfamiliar username had screenshot one snap. It was a pic I didn't even remember posting from the Uber on the way home. One of those ugly candid moments mid-laugh, eyes half closed, mouth wide open. I immediately felt embarrassed. It definitely was not my best look. I posted so freely when I was out partying, the last thing I wanted was evidence floating around of messy after-hours moments for people to laugh at. But I figured just one bad screenshot, no big deal. Forgot about it moving on with my day. Until later that evening when my phone lit up with a Snapchat notification from a username I didn't recognize. Bullseye 12. Figuring it was just someone random trying to slide into DMs, I opened it without expecting much. But what I saw made my stomach drop. It was the screenshot. The stupid mid-laugh Uber pic I hated, cropped to focus right on my dirt face. No message, which almost made it creepier. Just that photo like they were saying, I have this now. I immediately got paranoid. Who was this person and why did they specifically save my worst selfie ever? I was typing to ask just that when another snap popped up from them. This time, a typed message. Wouldn't want this getting out, would you? My heart started pounding. Wait, what? Were they threatening me with that emoji? Over something as minor as an unflattering picture? Freaked out, I replied, "Who is this?" The next few moments waiting for their response felt unending. Finally, those ominous bubbles popped up. Doesn't matter who I am. What matters is that I have this lovely screenshot now saved on my phone. It would be a real shame if I was to accidentally send it to everyone in your contacts. Maybe even post it on a certain social media feed or two. I stared at my phone in disbelief. They had to be bluffing, right? But the creeping dread in my gut told me otherwise. They clearly had saved the ugly pic to use against me for. What exactly? Humiliation? Revenge? Something more sinister? When I didn't respond right away, another message followed. If you don't want this going viral, it'll cost you. Let's say $500 should cover it. Rage and panic rose in my throat. I couldn't believe this was happening. I typed back furiously with shaking hands. Why are you doing this? I don't even know who you are. How dare you try to extort me over some random ugly picture? I'll call the cops if you send that to anyone, I swear. Their response nearly made my heart stop. Poor, sweet, innocent girl. You really think the cops will help you? By the time they track me down, your pics will be all over school and online forever. Once things hit the internet, they never go away. So I suggest you pay up unless you want the whole world laughing at you. I felt myself hyperventilating with fear. This was my worst nightmare. I couldn't afford to hand $500 over to this psycho creep. But if that horrid mid-last shot went viral for people to tear apart, my social life would be over. I pleaded with them to leave me alone or else. Just treat me, please, I wailed. The bubbles ominously appeared as they typed back a response. Last chance. The message read. My finger hovered over the block button. Then suddenly, my whole Snapchat app glitched and shut down. Frustrated, I tried reopening it, but my phone completely froze. By the time I rebooted it minutes later and got Snapchat working again, there was no sign of the disturbing chat. The chilling messages were gone. No notifications of anything being leaked. It's like the whole Blackmail exchange never happened. Part of me worries that they somehow hacked me to erase the evidence on my end. But nothing strange has popped up since. My ugly picture hasn't emerged anywhere either, thank God. Maybe they took pity and decided not to send it. I don't know if I just got lucky or if the creep just wanted to scare me. But now I triple check every picture I post anywhere, paranoid that Bullseye 12 or some other cyber bully might still be lurking, ready to use my own photos against me. I never snap incriminating stuff anymore after a wild night either. One embarrassing screenshot was enough to teach you that lesson for sure. Sharing life's little moments on Snapchat is kind of my thing. Cheeky selfies with cute filters. Gorgeous lot foam art when I'm embarrassing. Flashy outfits matched with a fire emoji. And of course, a full showcase dinner when I actually cook instead of just takeout, balanced diet and all that. I don't overthink what I post. My stories are for wholesome fun and letting my couple hundred followers get a peek behind the curtains. And I'm not shy with location tags either cause #nofilter authenticity. Any given day, you'll know exactly where you can find me thanks to trusty snap maps. Lately, I've been experimenting more in the cafe kitchen after hours, hence plenty of snaps of overflowing mixing bowls and sloppily iced cakes. It's just me goofing off out of boredom. But a wider audience than my group chat is nice, so up it goes to the story. A few days ago, though, things took an unsettling turn. I was whipping up a salted caramel mocha before opening when my manager walks in. Guess what? She's awkwardly holding a huge bouquet of roses. These just got delivered for you. Say what? I laughed thinking my friends were playing some elaborate prank, but there was no card. Just 2 dozen red roses wrapped intricately. And the florist had zero record of the purchaser when we called. Super freaking weird. That night, I posted a confused selfie with a massive arrangement asking who the secret admirer was. 48 hours later, still just question marks. My friends and I joked about a cyber stalker subscriber getting delusional. Until it happened again. This time, a box stuffed with European chocolates appeared on the passenger seat of my locked car after work. The expensive kind I had literally posted drooling over through the window of the gourmet sweet shop days before. Again, completely anonymous. Now I was less amused. One random gift could be chalked up to coincidence, maybe. But 2 spot-on treats after I simply mentioned craving them on Snapchat. This had to be someone closely watching my activity. My friends agreed it was likely a devoted follower harboring an unhealthy e-crush. I vowed to quit broadcasting my routines and whereabouts so clearly while we theorized who might be behind the escalating gifts. Problem solved, I assumed. Until I finished closing down alone 2 nights later. In the empty parking lot, resting on my windshield was an ornate shoebox. Darting my eyes around warily in the shadows, I slowly lifted the lid. Inside lay a dazzling pair of rose gold heels from the varied boutique I had posted passing just yesterday. These were $500 designer shoes. As I gazed at them sparkling under the streetlight, my heart dropped seeing the small card attached. I tore it open with trembling fingers. In swirling handwritten font, "See you soon," I nearly screamed out loud. I snapped my head up, frantically scanning the dark corners of the lot, expecting some figure to emerge. How did they get access to my car? Did they follow me somehow after work? Or are they still nearby waiting? No one that I could see in the pool of light, but I suddenly felt exposed, standing there in my work uniform like I was being watched from the shadows. Post-work treats left anonymously were one thing. But someone had clearly followed my digital tracks specifically to leave extravagant gifts, clearly meant to send a message. They had eyes on me everywhere I went. And now with this personalized card, I had no clue who was so invested in monitoring my most mundane activities. It crossed the line from flattering to downright terrifying. My open book social life had apparently made me a focal point for someone's unhealthy fascination. Maybe dangerously so, considering they literally expected to see me soon. See me where? Here alone at night as I closed up the cafe. At my apartment door when I got home. Lurking by my car every morning to catch a glimpse of me heading to work. The thought of someone cataloging my posts to pinpoint my location specifically so they could access me in real life made my skin crawl. This wasn't just some random secret admirer leaving token gifts. Someone was clearly tracking everywhere I went in the physical world while hiding behind my digital footprint. Invested enough in following my presence to splurge on luxury items just because I happened to post about something as mundane as window shopping. Now those posts felt weaponized, unintentionally revealing my habits and schedule to someone whose interest went beyond flattering to alarming. Maybe dangerously so, considering wherever I ended up tonight, tomorrow morning, who knew what else. They might be there too, expectantly waiting to finally see me soon, whether I was ready to meet this phantom admirer or not. Racing to my car, I knew that snap maps had to go. No more pinpointing my routine where an unhinged follower could ambush me with tokens of affection rooted in next-level digital stalking. Who knew how long they had been cataloging my posts, photographing my movements, trailing steps behind like a phantom just out of sight? The app I had used so freely to share now felt weaponized, exposing me to someone lurking far too close for comfort. I tried explaining to campus security how a nameless Snapchat fan clearly waited for those split seconds viewing my location to locate me in real life. But with such vague digital evidence, they could only offer basic protection protocols if my fear became reality. Meanwhile, locking down privacy settings could only do so much if they already knew my favorite spots, as I helplessly wondered what gift might pop up next. And when whoever was behind that card might decide to make good on seeing me in person, whether I was ready to meet them or not.
Thanks for listening in. If you like these stories and want to hear more, then please subscribe and like and support this new channel. We have more stories for you to listen to.